84 freshmen were sworn in last week, but they face toxic bipartisanship and some very tough battles ahead. One of those freshmen is Congressman Ron DeSantis, a Republican from the newly redrawn 6th District of Florida, and he joins us now. Congressman, thanks very much, and congratulations on your victory and your soon-to-be appearance in Washington. Are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, well, thank you. Thank you for having me. You know, it's interesting, when I ran, Congress wasn't very popular, and then once I got elected, it seems like Congress has only gotten less popular. So you're going into a very unpopular institution. I guess the silver lining for me is we have a very low bar to clear to start doing some good things.
Well, some of those statistics about Congress being so unpopular, I think, are not entirely accurate in the sense that people are elected based upon their individual district. Obviously, they are obviously well liked. It's just the sum total of the body together is not well admired. But unfortunately, it's not the entire nation that elects each and every one of you. So let's talk about what your priorities are.
Well, you know, I ran really wanting to advocate reform, conservatism. You know, during the campaign, President Obama obviously focused on the wealthy, and he thought that they weren't paying their fair share. Obviously, Governor Romney got hit with the 47% comment. And I just was uncomfortable with the debate because it seemed like we were just assuming that we have a fixed class society where there wasn't going to be a dynamic economy where people couldn't really do great things. And that's not the America I believe in. I believe in having the right to rise, that you're not consigned to middling circumstances, that you can do big things. But I think in order for that to happen, we got to get our fiscal house in order, and I think we need to reform things like the tax code and our bureaucracies that are inhibiting economic growth and opportunity.
The next big issue that Congress is looking at is raising the debt ceiling. The president says he does not want a fight over that, but we've heard Mitch McConnell on the very first day of the 113th Congress say the president needs to show up for this and that spending is our priority at this point. So it looks like the division continues.
Well, it does. I mean, I think the fiscal cliff deal that we saw, President Obama had always says he wanted a balanced approach. To me, it was way weighted in favor of tax increases. Very little in terms of real spending cuts, and so if he's going to be true to his word about wanting a balanced approach, I think the debt ceiling is a perfect example to start getting some spending restraint on this table. And I'm interested in spending cuts just in the aggregate, but I also think we just need to reform the spending process, whether that's through a balanced budget amendment or some other mechanism, so we're not having these perpetual crises.
Well, the Senate has not passed a budget in 3 years. How are you going to convey that message to Majority Leader Harry Reid?
Well, it's tough to convey messages to him from what I've seen. During the campaign, I embraced reforms such as no budget, no pay, which says if Congress doesn't pass a budget, then they shouldn't get paid until they do. And that actually has bipartisan support. And so I think if we can put pressure on Congress to do its job, let the chips fall where they may. I may not get everything I want, you may not get everything you want, but that's not a reason to just be derelict in your responsibilities. We need to get back to normal order. We need to get back to normal budgeting.
Well, Congressman DeSantis, thank you very much for your time. We'll see you back up here in Washington next week, and congratulations again on your election.
Thank you for having me.